guys, today I'm going to be giving you art tips, as you can see on this board. So let's just start. So number one, if you're doing like a house or, well, not like a house, but if you're going to do a face or like a layout template, for like the face, like make a circle and then like guidelines. So I can show you guys an example. One second. I am gonna be using purple though, so just like make like a circle for it and like guidelines like that. I know my brush is a bit big, but I just recommend using it overall. I just prefer it because like without it, it's kind of hard to make like a perfect template. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just recommend like doing it. It just helps like with a better face shape, like a face shape. Another thing, if you're doing like full body, for like the arms, make like a circle first and then start going around. It's just much easier. And it's just kind of easier. And again, and if you're doing like a room, let me show you. I'm just gonna use a smaller brush this time because last time it was terrible. So make like, if you're gonna do it, like a house or something, make like whatever you want, like a rug or a table, but then like rotate it to about 90 degrees going sideways and 50 degrees going in between, and it kind of just like helps rotate it and then just like outline it or something, and then it kind of just helps build up the structure. Another thing I do recommend is shading. It just makes it like more realistic. Or for example, so here's kind of what I mean by shading, because I know there is like another type of shading, but like a circle, that's gonna be my circle. And I know it's not the best circle. Just like get like a darker color like that and just go like over it. I do recommend doing that with like hair and stuff, because for hair, it's like better, because if you just have like a plain color on your hair, it's not as detailed, and you kind of want it to be like detailed-ish, but it just makes it look a little better. For example, if you're doing like brown or something, like white would really help for like little sparks of sunlight. That's also something I recommend. And that does lead me to the next tip. So I'm gonna just make like an eye real quickly. So 1 second, let me just make an eye. It's not gonna be the best eye, but it's gonna be an eye. Okay, that's kind of what I can come up with. 1 second. I don't want it to be like take up too much time. I'm just gonna do like a quick sketch, but it's not gonna be the best sketch. I don't know, that's what I can come up with in a few seconds. But for the eye, for example, your entire thing is gonna be colored in. Here, let me just make this easier for me. There, pretend that's perfect. And you have like a black thing in it. Basically, what actually helps out is if you have white, like a little spark of sunlight really does help out. For example, like that. I just prefer it over just having normal eyes. It's like, for example, in like human eyes, it's not like that. But in like art, it's kind of better. Another thing, okay, and now for the people who do like 3D art. So basically like I said earlier, shading is like the best thing to do. Because for 3D art, it's usually something that's more realistic, but it actually does help out a lot more if you're doing 3D art. Because if you're doing like a mug and then there's another side and stuff, it's so much easier and helpful. I just really like it. Oh, and another fact, when you're doing like lips for like anime or something, I'm not sure what kind of art you might want to do, but for like lips, something like, I don't know, like a straight line. For like, if you're just like a bored person, just like a line under it. For like something else, like lips, kind of like that. Sorry, that was a terrible line. Okay, like that or something, kind of like that. And then you can do like another layer on the bottom, and on the bottom layer, it's like a lighter shade of what like you want it to be. It's actually really helpful with it. So I kind of like do that for my lips or something, but it's mostly with lips. Another thing I do really recommend is if you're doing something like you want like a persona to your character or like something to it, you should kind of like for like their face or something, I kind of recommend like adding emotions to it. It just kind of helps out. So let me just quickly do that. And while I make my emotion face, I'm gonna talk to you guys about like what like can help out with faces. So before like doing the face, I do recommend like adding a template, because not like a template, but like a circle, and then like you do your face in there. That's kind of what I do before I do it. It just really helps out with your art and the stuff. It just really does help out. I just really recommend that. Yeah. And for shading, so if you have like, I just recommend using like a darker color to shade, but using a lighter color does help a bit, but it makes like the shadow part a bit bigger, and that just doesn't help out that much. So I'm kind of struggling to make these eyes look the same, so I'm just gonna make an eye patch. Oh, another thing. If your eyes can't be like perfect or something, and you don't have like a cloning tool, I recommend like doing something that covers the eye. Usually I'll just like add an eye patch, a cast. It just really does make it easier and stuff. So yeah. Okay, so here's my face. So as you can see, there isn't like much emotion to it, but adding like emotion, it kind of like shows you the persona of the person. So I'm gonna, oh no, what have I done? Okay. Just like adding it just really does help. Okay, I did ruin a bit, but we're just gonna pretend that never happened. Like for example, when my person's happy, I'll like add a smile and like bright eyebrow. He doesn't look happy. But kind of like that. It does help out quite a lot. And another thing. Okay, so those are like most of my tips, but if I have one more tip for you guys. So if you're doing feet or something, here's kind of what I recommend. A circle, and then like that coming over it. So my person's kind of like stepping up or something.
That's and this.
Yes. Kind of like that. I mean, I don't really like that, but you know. So I know this might take a while, but don't worry. It's gonna turn out amazing-ish. Not really, but it's gonna turn out to be something. So like kind of like that, and then let me just add like socks or something. This is more realistic. And I mean, it just really, if you do something like that, it kind of just does help out. I know mine isn't the best, but like, I was kind of rushing through it. And that's personally my last tip. I mean, if you have any other tips or anything you guys want me to like include in another video, I'm happy to like do that. But just like leave things you want tips with in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.